that she's here today. She's a 51-year-old native, Juliann Riley. Her titles include wife, mother, daughter, sister, neighbor, friend, anchor, business director for the family, taxpayer, and financial service compliance principal employee of LPL Financial Services. But what brings the color to her, influenced by her journey as a 6.5-year cancer survivor, includes these titles. She's a philosopher, a reflective overthinker, practical realist, advocate, debater, lifelong learner, self-developer, unfiltered and direct harsh boundary warden, BS flag thrower, one of my favorites, chaos resourceful organizer, queen of sarcasm, triage-r, problem solver, and adaptable strategic thinker, which frees up precious time on this earth to be a dreamer, fierce lover of her tribe and humans, kindness advocate, author, artist, avid movie watcher, sorry about that, nature lover, lover of the simple things, music lover, foodie, adventure seeker, and despite what her family thinks of, an upcoming comedian, singer, and pianist. Please welcome Juliann Riley.
So I have to have my water and chapstick and Kleenex and all that. Okay, can you all hear me? All right, wow, it's a large room. But yeah, so like Tracy said, we've been planning and looking forward to this for a long, long time. I'm a mom, I can talk really loud over the bells. So, those of you that know me, I'm gonna read from my script because I'm limited on time. So again, if you know me, you'll understand. So, Tracy, I was gonna give you some crap about having me follow Dr. Gendro, but then you did all of the crying. And I've been practicing on this all week so I wouldn't cry, but anyway. So, I'm gonna take a moment and breathe. So that was me not asking, not apologizing, but politely and respectfully informing you as a courtesy of what I needed just then. So now let's give me that. Thank you. Feel free to borrow that empowering technique during your own cancer journey or that of your loved one. I'm not here to tell you that cancer is easy. Well, hold on, it's toxic and forever lives, right? I'm not here to tell you that cancer is easy or that the journey stops when the treatment stops. I just want to share my journey in the hopes you might find comfort in the relatable, sorry, I looked at my family, and or maybe some ideas for your cancer journey. Is anyone familiar with this children's book series? Oh, good. So many people don't know it, but if you give a pig a pancake, if you give there's a moose so awful, whatever. So there's some examples up there, some of the sentences. It's basically give the mouse a cookie, they want milk, then they'll spill it, then they want a bath, and they'll mop the whole first floor, then they'll get bored with that, and then they'll want you to clean it all up. To me, it's really just about cute animals with untreated ADHD. So today, if you'll indulge me, I'm going to read my story in this format. If you give the girl cancer in September 2018, she won't be surprised because somehow her gut already knew. She'll walk out of her follow-up mammogram, her phone will ring. It's Jennifer, a dear friend and a fellow breast cancer thriver, calling out of the blue to check in. When she answers, she will recognize that this is no coincidence. She'll be reminded that she is not alone. She will still feel absolutely gut punched to hear those words. It's cancer. She will see her life flash before her and all the things she hoped to live for, and she will say, sorry, I'm in a church, but holy shit. She will feel completely numb and yet feel every possible feeling all at the same time. She'll She'll immediately think about losing her hair, her dreams, herself. She will think of others in this moment as she thinks about people who get this diagnosis and have no family, no tribe to retreat to. She'll think of how no one asked her who she had to go home to with this news and think, well, that's gotta change. She'll declare to her Aunt Ruth, another fellow breast cancer thriver, that she will never say that cancer can be a gift. She will ingest information at a faster rate than she ever has with her brain that already goes 200 miles per hour. Her mother, Dee Dee, and her sister, Katie, will be present, recording all the details to help her when her mind is flooded. She'll be frozen in time while the world is spinning off its axis around her, thinking, why does no one else see this spinning? She'll speed up her self-development journey she was already on to make sense of this, to be positive for her husband and her boys, Jack, at the time age 12, and Paul, age 16. They love the pictures, this is a surprise to them. She'll watch the Husker football team score 0 points against Michigan in the big house with her son on a college trip 1 week after diagnosis. She'll be in awe at this memory being created, but also crushed on the inside as she thinks she may not see him graduate college. She'll be referred to Dr. Tracy Bender, her mother. Okay. She'll listen to this strong, smart, direct, and beautiful woman who will tell her that she has to take care of herself mentally and physically. She'll think, does this lady not realize I'll never be beautiful, confident, or strong after this? But she'll listen anyway. She'll understand Tracy and her message years later. She'll attend the first ever Resilience Conference in March 2019, sit with her mom, her bulky scarf hiding her chest from the world, and be utterly moved by this experience. She will think she has something to offer, but not know what or why yet, but that gnawing feeling won't leave her. She will keep a postcard she picked up at this conference with a rendering of a painting by the talented artist Allison Rash, another thriver. She'll read the borrowed quote Allison put on the back, "Why not me?" She'll keep this postcard forever as a reminder. She'll meet this other beautiful soul, Carrie Donnell, at that conference. She'll hear about Carrie's legacy writing and think, oh, I'll be doing that. She'll endure 14 surgeries over the next 3 years. Disclaimer, not because I'm picky. While getting Polly to high school graduation and ready for college, she'll try to be strong for her middle schooler, Jackie. She'll work with a focus she has never had before. She'll try to learn to relax, but also learn that life doesn't stop for cancer. She'll work more and more trying to feel normal and accepted because she feels so out of place everywhere now. She'll see that her children gave her a gift unknowingly. Advocating for her children back then trained her up to advocate for herself now. She finds patience to listen to Tracy's advice to wait a year for yet another surgery that could wait, and will understand it's okay to take a beat for her body and soul. She'll look in the mirror at her wonky failed implants that look somewhat great in clothes, but so bad while unclothed. She'll not realize what a hate she feels on a daily basis with the relationship to her mirror, but also not know why or how to fix that. She will sigh and walk away from the mirror and do it again the next day. She'll work hard contemplating how she'll ever be able to walk into a hospital during COVID for the last surgery, but she will, and she'll realize maybe she's a bit of of a badass too. Sorry, I had to check. People will die around her, and she'll feel sadness and gratitude. She'll hear her doctor say she fought this battle and won, but she doesn't feel like she won. She knows she should be happy because after all, she has good odds. She'll struggle thinking, I didn't have it that bad, so why do I feel shattered? She chose reconstruction. She deserves no sympathy. She will feel survivor's guilt, so she'll struggle to voice her troubles and woes. She will think she is weak to have those troubles and woes and ingest people's comments like, you just have a garden variety cancer. I had my mammogram and thought of you. You're lucky, I wish I didn't have boobs. They can have mine are too heavy. At least you don't have to wear a bra. Wish I could get a free boob job. Isn't it a small tumor? At least you didn't have to do chemo or radiation. And my all-time favorite, well, didn't you get a second opinion? Even now, she hits her lowest of lows. She works hard to find her worth and value. She'll realize she went through a trauma, winner or not. She'll forgive those people's comments, accept that they were well-meaning loved ones that sometimes don't know what to say or say dumb things, but appreciate the ones who said something. She'll learn to triage, compartmentalize, and set boundaries she never had before. She'll narrow her scope, her world, her focus. She'll start to realize she is strong because she is getting through this hard and lonely as it is. She'll start to draw from that strength and apply it to other parts of her personal and professional life. She'll find her voice and roar too loud as she learns how to use it. She'll find power in her silence too and work on when to roar and when to be silent. She will slowly start walking away from tables where disrespect is being served. She'll strive to work through the anger because she learns that she pays a price physically and mentally holding that anger. She'll double down on self-care, continuing therapy, reading books, journaling, and meeting fellow Cancer Club members. She'll become friends with Brene Brown, Glennon Doyle, Andrew Huberman, Eckhart Tolle, and her favorite Vietnamese monk Tay. She'll recognize her to-do list, give her a sense of control at times when things feel like they're spinning out of control. And she'll allow that, but also recognize when she's hiding behind them to stay in her head and out of her heart. Those to-do lists will begin to change. To read this book, get that song on the playlist, do that adventure, rest, stretch, and plan time for reflection. She'll schedule the priorities rather than prioritize her schedule. She tells her story, writes her first book, and starts planning her next one. She'll realize that writing is her superpower for now, and she'll write the book for her, not for accolades or fame or fortune. She'll feel so honored that Carrie put her in Carrie's book, Invited to More, that she won't just buy this special book for everyone. I think Carrie wishes I would buy them in bulk, though. She'll complete a half marathon on the Vegas Strip for her BFF Chris's 50th birthday in between surgeries. And think, wow, I limped to the finish line, but I arrived! She'll start to become her own best friend and cheerleader and understand this doesn't mean she is self-absorbed. She'll trust her gut more, make reasonable decisions, and ask for forgiveness later. She will accept that she can be happy and joyful in life, but have a bad day. She'll complete her bachelor's degree before her first son and Carly graduate college. She'll email a designer after watching a national news story on this designer's line of clothing for burn victims. She'll correspond with her about the untapped market of clothing needs for her new club. She'll keep in touch. She'll feel a little famous already, but never tell anyone this because her needs for other validation of her is lessening. She'll cancel her Real Simple magazine subscription after emailing them on their 8-page article about different bras for different body types. She'll educate them on the other audience they forgot to include. 1 in 8 people, 1 in 8. She'll wake up one day with an idea to fix her toxic relationship with her mirror. She'll start to design a beautiful tattoo to replace the battlefield on her chest. She'll find the name of that cool tattoo artist that presented at that first conference some years back. She'll endure 3 long sessions with Cody Schneider at Scarlet Raven Tattoo, giving him final creative control. She'll feel pain as he goes over the incision in ribs, but also numbness in other areas. She'll think how much her cancer journey was like that, how much life is like that. She'll feel absolutely, totally transformed by this experience. She'll feel pretty, she'll find her sexy, she'll refer to herself as flat and fabulous. She'll find her inner feminism and forever be on a quest to teach the world that feminism is not a bad thing. She'll never again underestimate the importance of an unplanned dance break or laughing. She will ignite her passion for learning, open-mindedness, and continue her quest to seek first to understand before judgment, but also forgive herself for the days she doesn't execute this so well. She'll be so happy on the other side of cancer, thank the universe, and believe she's done with the bad. She'll learn the universe is a control freak with a dark sense of humor. She'll tell her husband she has an idea, and 8 months later, he will complete a beautiful home remodel for her. Sorry. Oh, sorry. We haven't got to the good stuff yet. She will notice he seems very tired, but she'll monitor, get through the holidays, and add extra time to rest after. She will muster up the courage to approach her husband, her best friend, her person. She will say those words, memory tests. She will embark on a year or more journey with him, not loving this, to arrive at his diagnosis the week of her son and new daughter's wedding, and just 6 weeks after yet another surgery that she had to have. Young onset Alzheimer's. She'll see her life, the life she thought she was to have in their future, flash before her eyes again. See, we're humans in here, right? She'll deliver this news to her sons that they'll lose their father at far too young of an age. She will learn that she can be mad at the universe for these cards she was dealt, but not mad at others that weren't dealt the same cards. She'll appreciate unplanned moments, interactions, happy accidents, and conversations with strangers that create even the quickest connection in the blink of an eye, and the power in that. She'll get her dress altered for her son's wedding to fit the flat and fabulous, and even with the sexy from the tattoo, still slightly panic when she's told her and Audrey, Carly's mom, will walk up to light candles. She'll lose weight, get her hair done, and enjoy that day. Her nieces will say, "Aunt Juliann, you look so Bridgerton." She'll stand up a little straighter and be like, "I do." She will still get mad at her husband, because that's normal, but also savor all that she has and continues to learn from him. She will continue to prove that decision fatigue is real, and she has it. She'll struggle to ask for help, but strive to try and let people help her. She'll start dreaming more, living a mantra of making memories because she knows time is short. She'll become willing to shake up all the norms, introducing different formats for family gatherings, holidays, and celebrations. She won't won't shy away from the hard conversations with the people she loves to strengthen their bond. She'll get Jackie through high school graduation and ready for college, and she'll focus on her bond with Jackie, who shares her front row seat at home to his dad's decline. She'll get to know Polly and Carly as adults and be in awe. She will see the power in words like, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I love you. She will hug more often. She will continue to deliver updates to her sons of her husband's trifecta, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Lewy body dementia. The Rileys, we go big or go home. She'll say yes to Jackie and Jameson's game night requests more often. She'll take more unposed photographs. She will allow her weird. She'll prefer people who have been through some stuff in life but not want to be victims. She'll dream of starting a nonprofit to serve individuals and families like her. She'll lead with yes before knowing the details for various experiences with her adventure buddies, Rebecca and Jenny. Apparently they like to stick her tongue out. Changing the schedule to allow for fun and rest. She'll run another half for her 5-year cancer-free anniversary 1 month after her husband's diagnosis and feel like, what's to celebrate? So, her BFFs Chris, Delana, and Justin will fly from afar and get her to that finish line as she cries. She'll finally accept that her fight or flight has been stuck in overdrive for so long that her mental and physical body were stuck and sick. Thank you, Erin, for fixing that. She'll ask herself, why am I doing this? Is this in line with what I said I wanted? Time and time again. She will change jobs to provide work-life balance and grieve the loss of her career. She'll exit stage right for her husband, her boys, and herself. She'll go on a dream trip with her husband and friends to enjoy London and Scotland and learn that Mary Queen of Scots was a badass too. She'll think, I don't have enough grit to get through this. But find she is getting through it. She is grit. She wishes she could just have her cancer back because that seemed easier than this. She will accept Carrie's invitation to her book club. She'll get connected with the Morning Hope Grief Center because of this book club and enter a 12-week intense one-on-one grief program. She'll sit down for her first session with Bryce, and Bryce will say, so your husband's dying. She will feel shocked, but more relieved because for the first time, finally someone sees her. Someone gets the cruel, agonizing reality of this and understands her physical heart literally hurts from breaking. She'll learn there's a name for this strange, new, indescribable feeling, anticipatory grief. It's real. She's not crazy. She'll recognize that grief dosing is where it's at. She'll meet more friends from that experience like Allison, who probably thought she was a stalker from social media, and Amy Lippin,